Hello my loves, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my March monthly reset. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in desperate need of some goal setting, some budget reflection, just like really getting my life in order. I feel like February was such a crazy month, a really good month in a lot of ways, but I feel like I was so caught up in my own thoughts and feelings and just like trying to find the confidence to make some big decisions that I just completely disregarded any of my goals. So I'm ready to sit down and goal set. I've also got my banana berry smoothie as always here with me, so don't mind me if I've got mixed berries hanging out my teeth. I'm excited to reset with you guys. I always love these videos. They really just motivate me, set me up for a fresh new month. If you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. But if you are new, welcome to my little corner of the internet. Every month I sit down, I goal set for the new month and reflect on my goals from the previous month. I think reflection is probably one of the biggest tips I have. I don't know if tips is the right word, but I think it's the thing that really sets a month apart for me. When I really reflect on the previous month, I feel like I just have so much more intention. It's like dissecting the psychology behind why I didn't achieve those goals, or if those goals don't align with me, like what happened, what went well, what didn't go so well. I've got some reflection prompts from my goal and habit tracker that I'm going to talk through as well. February was such a pivotal month for me. I really just want to document how I'm feeling at this time, so I can look back on it. As always, we're going to get into the personal finance stuff as well. We're going to go over my budget, how much we made, how much we spent, how much we saved, invested, all of the things, and then set up a new budget for March. So it's a good time around here. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so and give this video a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy, because it really helps my channel out. Anyway, no one likes a long intro, so we're gonna get stuck straight into it. I'm gonna pull up my goal and habit tracker, which I always have linked down below along with my budget spreadsheet. I have discount codes for both. The goal and habit tracker is from Press Reset, and then my budget template that I use is from CoPlenty. So here are my February goals. I always have them broken down into sections. So we've got personal goals, health and wellness, financial, business, and then house goals, or like my house to-do list. We did just move into this house. It's actually going to be a year in May, which is crazy. Even though this is a brand new build, there's still things that we want to do, rooms that we want to decorate. It's a very slow process. Let's run through these. When I say I was in my head in the month of February, I really was, and I really did not take any intentional steps to achieve these goals. So if we achieved any, then that is a miracle. For personal goals, take morning/afternoon off social media. Absolutely not. I did read 3 books this month. I read more books in the last 2 months than I did the entire year of 2023. So we're off to a really good start. We did not go on 2 date nights. Honestly, it's been pretty crazy, and I didn't start scrapbooking, so flying. We did do our daily walks, did not go to the gym 3 times a week. My gym membership actually lapsed, or I let it lapse. I am still trying to figure out if I want to stick at that gym. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. There's actually a really nice women's only gym not far from me, so I don't know, we'll see. I would say I closed my Apple rings every day, but I didn't wear my Apple Watch every day, so we can't tick that off. I did do a 15-minute daily tidy though. I did create a cleaning schedule, did not implement the cleaning schedule, but I did make one for next month. And I did practice my daily gratitudes. We did finish saving for our US trip, which is so exciting. We did invest. I think we invested like $80, but any investment is better than no investment. Did also pay extra towards our car loan, and you guys will have to be the judge when we go over my February budget. But I would say we didn't stick to our budget perfectly. I think we were like a couple $100s off, but we did, generally speaking, have a very low spend month compared to previous months. So I'm gonna say yes. But you guys will have to let me know what you think. And then I did sign 2 new brand deals. We did hit 49,000 subscribers on YouTube, guys. We are so close to 50,000 subscribers. I cannot believe my eyes. I really can't. I feel like 50,000 subscribers has been on my vision board pretty much since I started YouTube. To be this close is so surreal. It's crazy. And I did start a new, I guess, finance series on TikTok and Instagram. I actually just posted my first video going grocery shopping. I shared all of my favorite tips on how we keep our grocery budget so low, so go check that out. That's a series that I want to continue to bring you guys along for our grocery shopping every week, running through what we buy, how much we spend, and what meals we're making for the week. This one was ambitious, declutter the entire house. We did not do that. I think I need to be a bit more specific about that. So we set 18 goals. We actually achieved 12, so 67% of our goals were achieved, which is kind of crazy. We were really on it with our financial goals this month, I think, because I knew that I'd be quitting my job. I wanted to make sure that we were set up financially, and I had one of my best months business-wise, which definitely helped. So yeah, feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about that, to be honest. I did update my annual dashboard, just having a look just to make sure we haven't accidentally hit any of these goals. Go to the US, very close to doing that. Go to therapy, do need to work on that. I think it's really important to like look at these goals. These are the goals I set at the beginning of 2024. Like, how are my monthly goals going to reflect this so we can achieve them? We really want to pay off our car loan, so that's why every month I set a goal to pay off extra towards the car loan, invest every month, sign a long-term brand deal, go on another brand trip, which we may be doing very shortly, which is crazy. Hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, hopefully next month I'll be able to tick this off. Super cool. I did also update my annual tracker. Now, obviously, if you don't do social media, you can change this to something else. But we had another really good month, social media wise. Last month, we gained 987 subscribers. This month, very similar, 967. Which is amazing. And then Instagram, last month, I gained over 10,000 followers, which is crazy. And this month it was a little bit less, 5,260, but that's still like an insane amount of people. When I think about how many people that is, it freaks me out. It really does. But so grateful for each and every one of you, new, old, anything in between. I really need to eat this smoothie before it goes brown. I really think this is gonna get stuck in my teeth. I'm so sorry in advance. So that's how we did for the month of Feb. All in all, not too bad. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. As I said, I also sat down and did a bit of monthly reflection. I don't use this section every single month. It really depends on how I'm feeling, but I thought it was important that I document my inner thoughts and just take the time to reflect, because this has been a very pivotal month. As I'm sure you're aware, and you're probably sick of me talking about, I did quit my job recently to pursue this full time. When I tell you this is 16-year-old Ella's dream, I feel so lucky and so fortunate to be able to do this full time, and it really wouldn't be possible without all of you guys. So what I've done well this month, I said back to myself. I recognized when I was holding back out of fear and pushed myself to make a big decision. I quit my job this month, which is a huge leap of faith, but I truly believe it would not be possible if it wasn't meant for me. And what I mean by that is the universe or God, whatever you believe in, would not give me this opportunity if it wasn't meant for me. And I really believe that in a lot of different aspects. I can look back on the last 2 years with how my career's been and the different jobs I've had and how things have ended or started. Like, I can really see the path that has led me to this. So I'm proud of myself for backing myself. What I can do to improve next month, I just said take it all in, enjoy the freedom, the flexibility, and the balance in your life again. That is partly why I decided to take this leap of faith. Oh my God, my smoothie really is going brown. One moment, please. Yeah, partly why I decided to take this leap of faith was just to have more balance back in my life. I said to Nick, I would so much rather take a pay cut or take this risk, give up a job that I actually enjoy, because I did enjoy working as a travel agent, and risk it to do a job that I love even more and to just have more balance back in my life and to let my mind wander to what else is out there. I feel like I've just been on autopilot almost, just kind of going through the motions, trying to keep up with everything that I have going on. It really is like a balancing act. I'm constantly juggling so many things, and just have that opportunity to take a step back and actually have more time and allow my mind to wander to other projects, other content ideas, other hobbies. Like, it's just such a freeing feeling. Like, I just feel so free. Not that I hated my job or hated my life before, but I love it even more now, if that makes sense. And I just feel like me again. It's literally been like a week, so I'm getting carried away, but I just feel such a sense of relief. It just wasn't sustainable long term to keep doing both. So I had to make a big decision. And I really want to enjoy the freedom and the flexibility of that, really focusing on establishing a good morning routine, a good work week routine, and just bask in the privilege that is this job. There are so many benefits that come from this job. I have been working since I was 16 years old. I have worked a 9 to 5 since I was like 21. I mean, I literally just left the corporate world less than a week ago. I haven't lost touch just yet. So I can definitely recognize the privilege of this job and the benefits that come with this job. And I said keep up a good routine and structure, but don't get too rigid. One of the perks of this job is the flexibility with my schedule. And so just working out a routine that works well for me. I think having a good solid morning routine is going to be really important. Am I happy with my results this month? Very super proud of my confidence, especially this month. 3 things I'm grateful for this month. Number 1 is having the online community I do that make it possible to chase my dreams. I know I said this before, but really none of this would be possible without you guys. So thank you. Number 2 is a supportive circle that are backing me 110%. I feel so supported and so encouraged by the people in my life, my husband, my family, my friends, my co-workers, or ex-co-workers, I guess I should say. Just to have that support and to feel feel that encouragement and love is like nothing else. Like I love you guys and I love this community, and I feel like we have such a great relationship. Like you guys literally feel like my friends, but at the end of the day, the only people that truly know me are the people in my life. And so to have their support when they know me, they know my soul. This is so cheesy, but that is just is so beautiful and so special. I feel so lucky to have the circles that I do. And number 3 is the amazing work opportunities that 16-year-old Ella would be screaming about. I mean, 27-year-old Ella is too, to be honest. And that is so true. It's so strange. I feel like the universe has almost recognized that I've taken this leap of faith, and it's like rewarding me with all of this goodness. It feels very strange. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was experiencing some imposter syndrome, but I'm just trying to ride this wave of confidence that I currently have and be like, no, I deserve this. Yeah, I've been so lucky. I can't wait to share with you guys what I have coming up. But that is February in a nutshell. Honestly, a month that I will look back on in years to come and be like, wow, I really did that. I really did that. Now moving on to my March goals. As always, I've got them broken down into sections. So starting off with my personal goals, I'll have them up on the screen as well. First one is to go on 2 date nights. I'm carrying this goal over from last month. I want to start scrapbooking. Also work outside of the house once a week. Now that I'm fully self-employed, fully working for myself, it would be very easy to stay inside all day, every day. So I want to get out there, go work at a coffee shop, the library, just somewhere different, just to change up my work environment and keep things fresh. And then this one's kind of random, but I want to go to the Fringe. Here in Adelaide, we have this festival called the Fringe. It really is where like the city comes alive. If you've ever been to the Fringe or you've ever experienced the Adelaide Fringe, it is like something else. It is so special, and I haven't been yet this year. So I want to make it a priority to go. And then for my health and wellness goals, I want to wake up by 7 a.m. every day. I'm already pretty good about this. Like naturally, I just wake up very early, even on the weekends, but I don't want to slip into any bad habits. Now that my routine is so flexible, continue with my daily walks, follow my cleaning schedule that I made, which maybe I'll share in an upcoming vlog. Also find a new gym. As I said, I let my renewal lapse. They've offered me a pretty good price. I'm like, why couldn't you offer this at the time? Why have I been paying $5 an extra per month when you're going to offer me this low price of $11? It would be a no-brainer to re-sign there with such a good deal, but if I'm not going to go, then like what's the point? I may as well find a gym that I actually feel motivated to go to. TBD on that. And then also close my Apple Watch rings every day. It would help if I wore my Apple Watch. I'm just so bad about charging it. Then for my financial goals, I'll go more into detail on these when I go over my budget, but the first one is to find my pay routine. Now that I'm fully self-employed, I think it's really important that I establish a good pay routine. Typically what I would do before is I would get my part-time paycheck. That was just like steady income, and then whatever I made from the business, post-tax, post-deductions, post-business expenses, then I would always set aside like a percentage to keep in my business account for any other expenses or just as a buffer. So whatever I would pay myself is always post that. So last month was a really great month. Now that it's going to be my full-time income, I think I need to take a more conservative approach and just pay myself like the minimum. Really try and keep our budget low spend, at least for the first few months while I'm trying to find my feet with everything, and try and find a good pay structure, payday routine, so I can keep that sense of normalcy and consistency, because social media income really does fluctuate a lot. So I'll show you guys how I plan on doing that when we go over my March budget. Next goal is to pay extra towards our car loan. I also want to invest and have a low spend month, and then also finish our US budget. We finished saving for our trip. We've set a pretty specific budget on how much we plan on spending for the 3 weeks that we're there. I finished the itinerary. Why can I never say that word? Now I need to go through and write down the exact expenses, which I've already started doing, but just finalizing all of that. And then for my business goals, I would love to hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know if we'll be able to do it this month, but we are so close, you guys. I cannot believe it. That would be such a career milestone. I guess I could say it's like my career now. Like this is my career. That would be so cool. Now that I do have more time to create content, I would love to upload 8 times on YouTube this month. I don't know how realistic this is going to be. I am doing a bit of traveling, which obviously I'll be documenting, but I don't know what that will look like in terms of my routine and my upload schedule. We'll have to figure that out. We will make it happen. Also want to post on Instagram and TikTok at least 3 times a week and sign 2 new sponsors. And then last but not least, we have our house goals. I tried to be a little bit more specific rather than declutter the entire house, because that's just not going to happen. I specifically want to declutter the wardrobe. I feel like I just have a lot of clothes in there that I haven't worn in a long time, things that don't fit or just aren't my style anymore. Like why hang on to them? And then also organize my office, which I'm in currently. You'll sometimes see it in the background of my videos. There's just like little piles of stuff that I just haven't fully unpacked from when we moved in. It's so bad. I have this one box in the corner over here. I don't even know what's in there. Like if I haven't touched it since we moved in back in May, like do I need anything in there? Probably not. Like the whole thing can go. Or maybe I'll discover some new treasures. I think honestly most of it's just makeup. I think there's some documents in there as well that I should probably find a better place for. Just organize the office so it's a little bit more functional now that I'll be spending a lot more time in here. So those are my March goals. I am feeling really good about it. I'm excited for this month. I'm excited to travel, the content I get to make, my first full month being a full-time content creator. I'm excited and I can't wait to bring you guys along for everything. Anyway, now that's done, let's get into the fun stuff. Let's bring up our budget and reflect on how we went for February. I think it's so important to do this. Recognize what went well, what didn't go so well, and also practice gratitude. Like this was an incredible month. A month that I will always look back on and remember. I think it's important to show gratitude, appreciate my blessings. So income wise, it was pretty much exactly what we expected. Bills, nothing really changed here. It was a little bit less because I wasn't paying for my gym membership, and also our private health cover is now only $74.79. We're just paying for extras only. Although one of you made a really good point on my last video, because before we had hospital cover, or Nick did at least, that was working out to be $177.52 per month. We were looking for ways to cut back on that expense, so we just went to extras only, which includes things like dental, physio, the optometrist, things like that. It doesn't include private hospital cover. However, one of you made a really good point on my video that if we're in a certain tax bracket, like if our income is at a certain amount, we do get penalized for not having private hospital cover. So now I'm torn. I'm gonna have to do some more research into it to work out whether or not saving $100 a month is worth it when it comes to tax time. I don't know. Taxes, private health cover, confuse me. It really does. Subscriptions, I forgot to cancel my darn Lionsgate subscription from Amazon Prime. I've cancelled it now, but that was an extra $3.99. Not happy about it. Then moving across to our variable expenses, groceries, we were $8 over. This averages out to about $150 per week, which I'm pretty comfortable with. We used to be able to do a lot less. Like when I look back on our budget from even like 2 years ago, we would typically spend like $110 a week, and now we're spending $150. But the cost of living has gone up, so our grocery budget has to kind of increase with that. As much as it pains me, we do try and find ways to save, which I talk about on my Instagram and TikTok. This does also include some household items, things like toilet paper, some cleaning supplies, air freshener, just like random things that we'll grab with our weekly food shop. We'll just chuck in the trolley. I cannot be bothered itemizing my receipt and working out how much we've spent on actual food, like actual groceries versus household expenses. So a lot of the time we'll just bundle it up together. It's only when I place like an Amazon order for some cleaning supplies that I'll separate the categories, if that makes sense. Petrol, we spent $313 on petrol this month. That's a lot. How much did we spend last month? Oh, last month we only spent $143. That's probably why. I think we topped up right at the beginning of the month and then right at the end of the month. Health, we spent $85.93. That was just on some protein powder. Social, we were over. Coffee, we were only $30 over. Yeah, I feel like we're over everything. But then when you look at the final number, it's not too bad. Eating out, we spent $255.09. I really wanted to cut back on this month, but when I think about it realistically, that only gives us $60 per person for the entire month to spend on eating out. Like it's not a huge amount, is it really? I think that's why we've gone over a lot of these things. I was super strict when it came to setting this budget. I really wanted to challenge us to have a low spend month, and obviously it didn't work in all categories. That's okay. Date night, we didn't spend any money because we do not have a date night, so stunning. Mabel, we spent $60. That was just on her grooming appointment. Didn't spend anything on entertainment. Spent $110.28 on gifts. We had a couple of birthdays and some work presents that we had to organize. Books, I spent $1.49. Alcohol, $88.18. A couple glasses too many of champagne to celebrate me leaving my job. Takeaway, we spent $190.45. Clothing, beauty, I spent $45 on beauty. Oh, that was for my spray tan appointment. Miscellaneous, $183.07, and then nothing on travel related expenses. So all in all, we were $298.04 over. So almost $300. I know some people might look at this and be like, oh, not great, love. But I'm actually pretty happy with this. Around $2,500 is how much I would like to keep our variable expenses at per month. That includes our groceries, that includes our petrol. When I set this budget at the beginning of February, I was very, very restrictive. If we look back on January, we spent over $4,000, even though we were $298 over. I would consider this a low spend month. even though we were slightly over. And then in terms of our debt, we just paid our mortgage as per usual. This is actually about to change. This part of our loan was on a fixed interest rate. I think it was fixed at 2.69%. It's now gone up to 6.45%, which is a big difference. So we'll now be paying a lot more towards our mortgage, which we'll get into when I go over my March budget. I do have the final numbers for that. Thankfully, we did pay extra towards our car loan. Our minimum repayment is $440 per month, and we paid $3,000 towards that. And then savings wise, we managed to save the remainder for our US trip. We put just under $2,500 into our emergency fund offset account. And then we only invested $83.62. Nick did just get his last paycheck for the month that just came through. So we have this amount sitting in our debit account for right now, which I think I will just carry over to next month because that pay will really need to go towards our expenses for March. So having a look at the breakdown of everything, 34.5% of our money went towards debt, which I know some people like to see this percentage as low as possible. For us, now that our savings goal, like for our US trip, that's been met, our emergency fund is at like a reasonable amount. We want to pay off our debt as possible. So paying the remainder of our car loan, making extra contributions towards our mortgage, that will just set us up financially. So really, I want to see this higher if possible. Savings, 45.6%. Only 14.6% of our money went towards our expenses. So all of this variable stuff, which I'm really happy with. Bills, 4.9%. That's really good. And then subscriptions, I can never even see, 0.4%. Where is it on the pie chart? Which is a sliver. Here's another breakdown. I just love seeing these graphs. They really just get me going. 31.7% on travel, 16.7% towards our car loan, 13.4% towards our emergency funds, 10.2% on our mortgage, and then 7.6% on the other part of our mortgage. We spent 3.4% on groceries, 1.7% on petrol, 1.5 on social. It just like really puts everything into perspective. I just find this so interesting. So that is February. Now let's move over to March. So we have Nick's pay that just hit our account that will carry over. And then his next payday will be the 13th, I guess. And then the 27th. I still have one more pay from my part-time job, so this will come through on the 6th. That'll be, I think, just one Saturday that I worked, and then all of the annual leave that I've accrued, which I think is about 2.5, 3 weeks. And then this one will be my first self-employed payment. So my plan is to try and stick with the similar pay cycle that I'm already on. I just feel like we've got a really good flow with everything. We have a good payday routine. It just works really well for us budget-wise. We just got a good thing going and I don't want to ruin it. So my plan is to pay myself as if I was still working my part-time job and pay myself a similar amount to what I was making from my part-time job. So if we have a look-see here, I would usually, this is probably not a good example because I worked a couple of Saturdays in January, but I usually budget about $13.50 per paycheck. Sometimes I got paid a little bit more like this one, but I'm going to be conservative, I guess, and I'm going to pay myself $1,400. This one will probably be closer to $1,500 just because it's my final paycheck. And then these are always the same. Oh, I guess maybe I should put this over from my business income just to make it more accurate. We'll pay that on the 20th, $1,400. Cool. So $8,009.12 is how much we have to play with. I am going to copy and paste our expenses over from last month. There we go. So $817.95. Subscriptions, we can copy and paste over as well. I get a lot of questions about why I copy and paste everything individually rather than just copying and pasting the whole spreadsheet. I personally just like a clean slate. I like a fresh spreadsheet. Even though I'm copying and pasting certain numbers, I don't want every number to be copied and pasted. Otherwise, I feel like there's no intention behind it. That's me personally. It is a little bit more time consuming though, I will say. So $63.95 and then our debt. So this one is the same for our mortgage because this has always been a variable interest rate, so we can copy that over. And then as I said, our fixed interest rate is up this month. Oh, the time is finally here. It really hurts my heart, but we knew this going into it. We knew that interest rates weren't going to stay as low as they are forever. It's just a dagger to the heart when you actually see the amount. So our fixed interest rate is up. We're now on a variable interest rate with 6.45%. So our repayments are now $2,082.25. cents. So our total mortgage repayment will now be $3,921.66. I mean, it could be better, it could be worse. I'm really hoping, touch wood, the interest rates start going down towards the end of this year. I've heard that's the rumor, but who knows? You really don't know. And you've really got to prepare and expect the worst because nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is predictable these days. That is the joys of having a mortgage. Oh, and then our car loan is minimum payment is $440, so I'll just put it there for now. Groceries, I'm gonna budget $600 again this month. I would ideally like to have it under $600, but we will see. Petrol, we're gonna budget $150. I won't be going into the office. Nick's gonna be working from home a lot this month. I'm gonna be doing some traveling. I think we can keep it around $150. Home, we'll say $50. Health, I don't think I need a whole lot. We'll say $50 as well. Social, I'm gonna put at $200. Just with the fringe season, we have a few birthdays. Coffee, we'll just put at $150. Eating out, I'm gonna keep it realistic and say $200. Date night, we'll say $150. I don't think she needs anything, but we'll say $50 just in case. Entertainment, $50. Gifts, it is my dad's birthday this month. We'll go $100 for gifts. Books, $20. Maybe $30 actually, because I'm in my reading era. Alcohol, we'll go $50 as well. Rideshare, we're gonna budget $50. Metro card, $10 maybe. Clothing, I don't think I really need anything. We'll say $50. Beauty, maybe $20. I think I need a new mascara. Miscellaneous, $50. And then travel, I am gonna be doing some traveling, but it's for work. So that'll fall under a business expense, which is separate. So that brings our expenses to $2,160. How much do we have to work with? So total left over is $605.56, which means what I'm paying myself is an accurate amount. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that can be adjusted. Like I want to keep the budget realistic and I'm seeing this as $2,160. Like, is that too restrictive? I don't know. Alcohol, maybe we'll change this to 75. Because we've got room in our budget. Maybe we'll change this to 170. Maybe we'll change this to 200 as well because we spent a lot of money on petrol last month. That leaves us with $510.56. So that is room in our budget either for expenses, or what I might do is just put this towards our car loan because we are trying to pay this off before the end of the year. $950.56 will go towards that. I do also have that money that we are bringing over from last month, so $2,548.62. So when I go through and input all of my transactions, that'll come from that total amount. So I can probably contribute extra towards investing or into our emergency fund, car loan, whatever it might be. But yeah, that is it. That is our March budget. Really nothing too crazy. I feel like this next couple of months are going to be me really trying to find my groove with everything. Whenever I've made money from social media before, I've either kept it in my account for business expenses or like deductions, and then anything left over has always gone towards savings or paying off debt. It's never been my full-time thing. So I'm just trying to take a conservative approach, pay myself a consistent, steady amount, and then figure out from there. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I think keeping it this way and keeping it consistent will also just help me feel a little bit better about everything and means we won't be giving into any lifestyle creep. So yes, that is my March budget. That is my March reset. Thank you guys so much for resetting with me. I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys are working on. Any personal goals, financial goals, definitely let me know in the comments down below. It's always fun reading through what you guys are working towards. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you very, very soon for another video. Bye guys.